Hey there, thank you for tuning into CMTEQ channel. This is our second tutorial on how to use Python application or Python script to automate your power system analysis. For simple network application, you probably might not need a Python automation. But when your network start getting large and large and large, automation is the way to go. In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how you can do it with DIgSILENT version 2015. This is a very old version of DIgSILENT PowerFactory. So the Python API using this version is no longer the same as the one used in the latest version. So to demonstrate this simple integration, we're going to use the following network. As you can see here, we've got a simple network that has 4 loads and 7 transmission lines, as well as 2 generators, right? We've got Gen 2 here and Gen 1, and 5 bus. Basically, this is a 5 bus systems. Great stuff. Now, before we do the integration here, if you watch the previous tutorial where we used the version 2024, we saw that the latest version of DIgSILENT have a built-in Python editor where you write your Python script or even your DPL script. Whereas in this older version, there is no such editor, so you have to import your script and execute, although the result would be basically the same. But you need to be mindful of the fact that you are using an older API, so the Python script are not all going to be the same. The way you access or call variables attribute to access your loads, your network parameters will be very different, but that is a very simple thing to do. Now, I've prepared 4 basics Python script that we're going to use to interact with this model here. Before we do that, let me show you, obviously there are 2 methods in which you can integrate your Python script with your 2015 version here. This is one of the method, right, that we basically just got by going over here on the data and opening the script. As simple as that, and then you can add your script over here, which we're going to do in a moment. The other method is by coming over here still and then choosing the study case, right? You open your study case and then you click on study case. Over here, you can see the existing study cases that's already been used on this network here. Then you can just go ahead and click on this icon here to basically add in a new study case. You can see the Python script is already selected here. Then you just say okay. Then you can name your script, and over here you can access your Python script that you already have written. Okay, but this is not the method we're going to use here. We're just going to use a simple one here by creating our script via the script window here. Very simple, because here we can actually list them, tabulate them one by one, and execute each one of them whenever we need them. That way we can see, pull any result we want at any instant of our modeling. Let's say you change something on your network and you want to see instantly what the result is going to be. You just execute a script and then you see the result. Okay, so that is one of the way you can actually benefit from doing what we're going to do here. Great stuff. By the way, guys, if you find this tutorial useful, I only ask that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to CMTEQ channel. You are also more than welcome to share it to your social media network. Spread the message. There are many power system engineers and students who are going to appreciate this type of content. Now, without any further ado, let's get to the business of what we are here to do. So over here, what I'm going to do, just click on this icon, new object, and you can see we're already on Python script, and we're just going to say okay. Now we're going to name the script. We're basically just going to say connect. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and access my script by just passing the path where the screen is located, and I'm going to click on connect. Okay, and I'm gonna say okay. Now before we execute these script that must connect to our network, let's just have a look at these particular scripts. So as you can see, the first thing we have to do here is to pass the path where your PowerFactory is installed, basically, so that we can locate the Python API that's located in this folder. That's very important. Okay, once we do that, then we can import that Python API, okay, as PF, and then we basically start doing the basics. Now here, this is very important. So the app name, that's the project, that we're going to say equal to pf dot get application. Now, on the newer PowerFactory Python API version, it's usually get application externals. Now, if you've seen the previous tutorial with the 2024 version, we did not use this particular method. We use a method that had an X here, okay? Basically, get application external. Now, with this older API, this is how you do it. So if you use the same script that you use with the 2024 version, it won't work. Then once your connection has been established, it's now just a matter of you knowing exactly what parameters you want to call. That's very important. And this is going to be requiring you to read the DIgSILENT manual and know exactly the variable's name and attribute that you want to call. So let's go ahead and close. Obviously, we can execute over here as well. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to close and execute it from here. It's much simpler for us. So let's go ahead and execute. There we go. It's being executed. I'm going to close over here and we can see our data here. Now let's just undock here. Okay, so we can see what's going on over here. There we go. Now it says connected to PowerFactory 15.1. Active project is a 5 bus bar. So we've got our circuit parameters here, lines, loads, generators, and then our bus, basically the elements that are connected to the particular cubicle of all of these bus bars. Great stuff. So this part is done. Now I'm going to go back and open the script again, okay? And this time we're now going to load a new script. So I'm going to go ahead again over here and we're going to create a new script, call it load data. And I'm going to locate my script for load data, pass the path where the script are located, and I'm going to load that script that read the load data. And I'm going to go ahead and close. Now, as you can see, my script is now sitting over here, load data. And this particular script is very simple. It's a second script, okay? Again, we have to repeat the same thing. Import the API, establish the communication or the connection with the API, get the name of the active project. Once we have that, we can then run the load flow. We run the load flow, okay, for balanced AC with an automatic slack bus, and we start getting the load data. Again, you need to understand exactly which parameter to access. Once you know that, you can extract a lot of things much quicker. Okay, and now if you obviously, let's go ahead and execute this. I'm going to go ahead and execute. There we go. It's already executed. So let's open it again and just move it aside here. Okay, now we can reconnect if we want to. It's still going to execute, and then we can execute a second script, and you can see we're getting data. Now this is obviously, this is making things much faster for you. So if you close over here, you come here, you modify your network. All you have to do, obviously, you can run the load flow if you want to. But if you have a script that's already been automated, you can just see that your script is going to give you a much faster access to viewing the data, because this table here, you could be printing this data or saving it into a CSV or even printing a live plot. as you running. You can run a dynamic simulation, you can run a lot of things. So now we can see that we've got our 4 loads here and the terminal where the loads are connected. Great stuff. Now let's go ahead and load our third script, and we're going to name this script as line loading. Line underscore loading. So basically this script is going to collect the data that shows how the lines are loading. So if you watched the previous tutorial, we ran a quick script that was able to basically collect all the transformer data as the transformer was being loaded. We could see the percentage loading of the transformer. As you understand, with power transformers, that's very crucial information, okay? Because the power transformer must never be run close to its maximum rating. It's going to overheat and start making a lot of noise until the next thing you're going to hear, it's a big explosion in a substation because the power transformer is being used to its maximum capacity. Now I'm going to go ahead and execute the line loading data. Now, as you can see over here, we've got line 1 to 2, okay? So that will be line 1 to 2. So this is bus 1 and this is bus 2. So that will be this line here that is connecting this bus to this bus here. And the loading over here, we can see that it's 48.13, and that's exactly what we have here. And you can see we also extracting the distance of the particular line. Now, if you close over here, okay, you close it and you double click it, and then you change the line distance. Let's say we change it to 2 kilometers, okay, and then we open our script again and we execute the line loading again. Then we can see that it changed to 2 kilometers, and you can see the loading is now 42.49. Why did the loading change? Obviously, by increasing the length of this line here, we increase the impedance. Because we increase the impedance, there is a slight drop in the amount of current that's flowing through the line because of the increase in impedance, and that caused the loading to just decrease slightly, right, from 48% to 42%. So these are quick information you can get quickly as you running your analysis. Now let's go ahead and create our last Python script that we need to execute here. Now, important, before you can create a script, make sure you click on script here. If you are over here and you want to create, it's not going to work. It's going to give you an error. Okay, so you have to click on the script and then click on the object. Then you can create a new script, okay? And the third script, or the fourth script that we're going to create, is basically the voltage profile. Now, that's very important. It's important to know the voltage profile of your bus bar. So voltage underscore profiles. Now, why is this important? Okay, I'm just going to tell you in a moment why running voltage profiles is very important. Let's just close that in a moment. Now, as you running compliance or you analyzing your power system network, okay, now it does not even have to be compliance in terms of connecting your renewable energy network onto an existing grid. Sometimes it's just you supplying an industrial sector with power and they want to know the stability of the bus bar. Now, if your voltage profiles on this bus bar are not stable, they dipping too deep than the required levels, then you're going to have a problem. So when you run your power system network, understanding and knowing your voltage profiles at every instant of your modeling and analysis and simulation and all the type of scenarios you can be running is very important and crucial. Okay, so let's go back and open our script again, and we can see our voltage profile is there, and we can just go ahead and execute. And as you can see over here, we've got, let's close that, all the voltage profiles are over here showing for all the particular passes. You can see the voltage profiles are given in per unit, and we also have the angle, okay, for each voltage profile, and you can already see most of them are within ranges. Okay, so depending on which one is acting as a slack bus on this network here, that means that slack bus is regulating for a particular per unit voltage at a bus bar. So it will be pumping reactive power to make sure it can maintain the voltage profile at that same level to ensure that the voltage they do not dip or go too high, depending on what's going on here. And now, as you can see, as I'm going into this list trying to find out which one is the highest, it's a bit difficult to actually see which one is the highest here, because we can see that most of them, they are just below 1, and some of them you can see they are 1.0 something. Okay, now obviously there is one that's highest and there is one that's lowest. Very important. Now you can fine tune your Python script over here that's reading the voltage profile. You can fine tune this Python script to actually select the highest voltage and the lowest and show you those two values, basically the maximum and the minimum, and these will help you in writing your report much faster. Now, enough of the talk. I'm going to stop here, guys. If you found this tutorial useful, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to CMTEQ channel. Stay tuned on to CMTEQ channel for more upcoming tutorial on how to use Python automation with your power system network. We are basically just scratching the surfaces because there is a lot you can do. Protection coordinations, running harmonics analysis, running your LVRT for your network, running your high voltage right through or your low voltage right through analysis. There is a lot of things you can do, and automating with a Python script can actually be very useful when you're doing that. So stay tuned on to CMTEQ channel. Until next time, cheers.